We welcome you to the SEC on ESPN from Lexington, Kentucky. Inside Rupp Arena, third-ranked, undefeated Kentucky tries to make it 14-0 on the season against the Hartford Hawks.
Last possession.
Cousins clears for the 13-0 Kentucky Wildcats. Patterson fouled and finishes. Patrick Patterson has a chance for a three-point play. Picked to win the SEC Final Four National Championship. Those are all the goals ahead of this Kentucky team. That's one reason why John Wall knocks down the three to make it a 6-0 Kentucky start.
Let me tell you why John, not talking about just at Kentucky.
So that's Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, Oscar Robertson. You say John Wall has the potential to be better than all of those.
The greatest player ever at that position.
Joe Zaglinski gets the first points of the game for the Hartford Hawks. Ramon Harris answers with a three. Timeout Hartford, an 11-3 start for Kentucky. A 4-for-6 shooting start for the Wildcats.
A key stat for Kentucky, this to keep the defense honest. And yes, they can. Again, John Wall gets his hands high to make sure the target is in place. And he has a very good release. The ball looks good coming off of his hands. It didn't look that good to me 2 months ago when I watched him in his first practice as a Kentucky Wildcat. He doesn't get up to talk on the screen.
Cousins gets a steal here. DeMarcus Cousins in the run. He makes the most, and it's a 13-3 start for Kentucky.
Stand zone coming out of John Chaney's system for 10 years. But John Chaney's Temple Owls did it out of a 1-3-1 set. This is a 2-3 look.
Darnell Dodson knocks
drive offense because of all the zone defense they faced this year and all the points they score in transition.
Cousins follows the misses from Dodson. 5 minutes in, Cousins already 6 points, 6 rebounds. 5 minutes in, Dodson knocks down the three. Kentucky is rolling with a 21-8 start. 4 made threes in the first 5.5 for the Cats. Doing it at Kentucky again. Harris finds Orton for a tough two from Daniel Orton, the freshman from Oklahoma City.
Boy, so much size.
6 points, 6 rebounds. Wall knocking down early shots, and now off the bench. Daniel Orton keeping it.
In how they played, I would go with either Tayshaun Prince and Keith Bogans would be in that conversation. Certainly Jody Meeks from last year, and John Wall.
Paul Sabia finally gets rid of it. Torres cutting to the hoop, blocked by Orton.
You got a 5-second call going on. And it looked like a slow 5-second count.
Patterson goes to screen for Wall. Wall, the left. Orton finishes it off.
Wall, when he puts the ball on the floor here, he knows I'm looking for Orton. The defense is going to have to step up and respect my ability to get in the lane and make a play. Lost to Christian Laettner against Duke. Kentucky's all over the record books.
DeMarcus Cousins finishes off. Rebound number 7 for DeMarcus Cousins. Kentucky on the run. Dodson knocks down the three. 6 for 12 from behind the arc for Dodson tonight. Andres Torres, and here's Torres on the break. Taking it strong to the hoop. He's blocked by Harris there for the board. Wall robs to Cousins. 6 assists for John Wall.
And John Chaney. Not so much concerned about the score, but what's going on the floor. It felt like maybe the officials missed it.
DeMarcus Cousins on the verge of a double-double already. Lob, Cousins dunks it down. 15. Took a look at a team from Puerto Rico, saw Torres hustle and said, if we ever have a scholarship, as Wall dunks it down on the back door. Torres' recruiting can wait for now.
See, if you ever start into a long, you better shorten it up. Watch John Wall give it up. This is a design play, a little back screen. And what a luxury it is when you can take your point guard and run him to the baseline and let him operate like a 4-man. Boy, the pass is on time, on target. And Jay
lays out. Zaglinski gets it back for Hartford. Estes down the baseline. Burton is slapped away. Wall to Patterson.
No pressure at all on that leg as they were leading him off the court, and that's usually not a good sign.
Orton hits the free throw three-point shot that kept Hartford in it through the first 10 minutes. They've now hit 5 threes in the game. But obviously Kentucky answering. Liggins knocks down the triple.
Not getting to play in Rupp Arena against Kentucky on national TV and all that he puts into it.
Wall gets a lob for Orton. That is assist number 10 of the first half for John Wall.
Kentucky has improved on just in the last couple of weeks. That's their best play. Yeah, that's their best play in this game is just to penetrate Drexel and Hartford tonight, where first month of the season, they weren't always plugged in against these type teams.
Zaglinski hits a three for Hartford back in 1993. So in this second half, John Wall has a chance to set the Kentucky record if Wall gets to 14 or even 15 tonight. Cousins on the low post. Cousins finishes with the left and make it a double-double for DeMarcus Cousins, the 7th of his Kentucky friend. Torres back in the game for the Hartford Hawks, and there he is with the ice on the knee as Kentucky continues to bomb away. Miller not
the first 3 seasons, but he wants his guys to get comfortable and confident playing that man once conference play begins.
Darius Miller knocks down the three. It's been a year-old woman came by heckling him, telling him how bad they were going to lose against Kentucky. So in the elevator in the hotel, had a very nice visit with the gentleman about families and basketball as Patterson finishes it off from John Wall, who does a pirouette in midcourt.
Ingredients against Kentucky. UConn hasn't. Indiana has not. Louisville will be the test in this building on Saturday.
And by the way, people, deservedly so, have made a lot about the long rivalry between Rick Pitino and John Calipari as Darius Miller knocks down the three. But there's just as much rivalry
you're going to get this year when Rick Pitino comes to Rupp and when Bruce Pearl comes here.
Out to John Wall.
Carter, he will be the #1 pick in the next NBA draft. This guy will have the greatest impact his rookie season of any of those other #1 picks.
Cousins finishes with the
and can really try to hurt and expose Kentucky with a lot of pressure and extending the press in that ball game, because Kentucky still, their DNA all season long, Carter, has been funny. The experience to play in Rupp Arena, again, they're playing in front of the largest crowd tonight when you compare it to the combined total all season long. Well, but not as consistently as John Wall does.
Patterson on the post, out the feed from
11:09 in this ball game, which he's not. He would have a chance to set that all-time mark. He's special. He's a special individual. He's a special teammate. For an hour and a half under John Calipari, and I thought John Wall was the second best listener. So they get it in all those areas. You want to be a leader for your team? Be the best listener. Texas, Luke Herringody, Notre Dame. John Shire at Duke is having one of those type years. Evan Turner when he comes back to Ohio State. This season that has had a career night from the three-point line against Hartford. When you play a zone like Hartford has in this ball game or in your man, it is hard to recover the shooters when you lack size. What's going on, and this is what I want, and they've got it like a sponge, and it doesn't leave them. That's what Wall, another area that I think he's just a special young man.
Burton now has 18 as he continues to play hard. Stevenson for 2, and there is the Kentucky single-game record. John Wall with 16 assists tonight. That is a Kentucky single-game record and the most by any player in the NCAA
this year without being precise with your passing.
And he will get a standing ovation from the Kentucky fans here at Rupp Arena as he checks out, setting the University of Kentucky single-game assist mark with 16 tonight to go along with 9 points. Bettering the mark set by Travis Ford versus Eastern Kentucky in 1993.
That right there tells me a lot. You see what John Wall did when he came out of the game? All these excuses written on a board during a film session, knowing that none of them are acceptable, but guys are going to throw them up there. And I think that's another creative way for Calipari to...
If you were looking to do that.
You're concerned, if you're a Kentucky fan, a young team, are they going to continue to listen and count it? Do everything that John Calipari wants them to do. So far, all the signs point in that direction. I thought faster, John Wall rim to rim or the handshake that will take place between Rick Pitino and John Calipari prior to the game on Saturday? Which is faster?
Oh, if you blink, you might miss both.
That will be must-see TV, and it's on now. Preparation for Louisville begins.
John Wall's 16 assists tonight to set the Kentucky single-game record. And the Kentucky Wildcats rolled to 14-0 with a 104-61 win over Hartford. For Jimmy Dykes, I'm Carter Blackburn. For more